Texas Tiger Digs, and I've been working on trying to get a little gold going on here, and of course gold is as much a sign of persistence and happenstance as planning. But you know, what the heck, I'll plan anything. Doesn't always work, but it's always worth a try. In any case, these are my three Tesoros. This is the Compadre, this is the Cibola, and this is the Outlaw. And I'm beginning to think that these are probably going to be the key for me breaking my gold drought. Now this is by no means saying I'm going to voila start finding gold ring after gold ring after gold ring, but I think I got a concept that might work using these that might be exclusive to this type of detector. It would probably work with any detector that is basically what was called beep and dig. Usually beep and dig was not a sign of a good ranking of a detector. It's usually somewhat derogatory for some people, but it's never been for me. And the great thing about the Tesoros, and you see the return of the Cibola. The Cibola's been gone for a while, but it's now back. And I'm also ordering a potentiometer for this thing, and I'm going to do the ground balance mod. And that's not going to be next week, maybe next month, and maybe in somewhere deeper at the end of the summer. But I'm going to get one, and I'm going to do that mod. But I'm going to do it slowly because I don't want to kill it in the process. And I'm not exactly Michelangelo with a soldering iron. In any case, what's special about the Tesoro is their simplicity, and what kills me, and I'm not saying it kills everybody, is the discipline required to dig gold is immense, because you're going to be digging a lot of trash. And this comes back to my thesis here, and my thesis is this: gold is not detecting. Gold is detector assisted prospecting, even when I'm looking for gold rings in parks. That's basically what it is, detector assisted prospecting. All I can do, and that's what people who I believe mine for gold do this. They go where the gold has been found, or where the geologist or the terrain says gold should be. So they're in the ballpark then. Then they take scoops and run it through rivers. They do test holes. They do test pans. They dry pan. And then they see if they can find gold. And at some point they will do that. And the same concept is going to have to be used if you're a urban, suburban, or even rural detectorist when you're looking for rings. Because the chances are, and especially in my environment, now if you're out in rural areas, there's a chance you might find a gold ring among a bunch of iron. There's a fact you might find a gold ring among a bunch of copper. So you have a different set of requirements involved there. But I'm going to be where there's going to be a lot of trash. Now, and another thing I'm saying with this is trash density makes a difference. If I'm in an area where there's a lot of trash, I'm less likely to find gold. And if I'm in an area with a lot of trash, I'm probably going to have to use a different strategy. I'm going to have to find the baseline of the trash, set my discrimination on these machines, since I'm not getting a VDI or TID, to wipe out that baseline and then find anything that varies and hope that it's something good. Unless I just want to take a screen and a pan and just start shoveling dirt in there. And I don't think the areas where I detect, the people who support and work on those grounds will be too happy about that. In any case, you know, I think you're going to see, I'm going to be going out a lot more with the Tesoros. I'm still going to have the Safari in the back. I'm still going to have the Deus in the back, or the Racer or something else. Chances are. Or I might go out with these alone, but I'll still have those in reserve. But I'm going to go out, and I'm going to do it in stages. If I can find an area that's pretty dense with good targets, what I'm probably going to do is turn my discrimination up at or above zinc, or just below zinc, because you can't have rings in the zinc range. And then I'm just going to try to clean up as much of those those high conductivity targets as I can. Of course, they can be silver. They can be. It's going to be clad. There's no doubt it's going to run into some clad. And there could be you know, any of a host of cans, etc. Hopefully, I'll be able to avoid that by raising my coil and doing all the countermeasures to avoid digging cans. So that's going to be my first part. I'm going to go find an area, an area that I hope is going to be at least reasonably dense with targets. I'm going to go in. I'm going to turn my discrimination up. I'm going to try my best as a single individual to wipe out the high targets. Then I'm going to turn my discrimination down a bit to the mid-range targets, and then I'm going to begin to hit those. So I'm going to do what we do mentally with VDI and TED. I'm just going to do it by dial. And you can do a lot of things by dial on these machines that you actually do mentally with TED. And to some degree, it's a little bit less time-consuming and energy absorbing if you just know I've got this set and I'm going to dig what is above this setting because that's all I'm going to hear. So, you know, it's just a strategy, and I'm not saying it's going to work, but what's it going to hurt? And I'll still be bringing in the good targets, like I always did, to the degree I've always done it, the clad and the silver and whatever else that might be of interest, because they will fall in different ranges, and I'll be hitting those ranges. But it's just a strategy for me. But that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going out, and then in other times I'm just going to set this thing at just above iron or sometime above foil. And then I'm on those days when I have especially a lot of time, and then I'm just going to start digging targets, because that's another way to do it. So there's several strategies to do this. There is the tiered strategy if I want to get some finds and not just dig a lot. There's the full-blown strategy where I turn it up to maybe above iron or between foil and nickel if I'm a little bit even less tolerant of small foil targets hitting. And then I'm just going to dig. So it's just going to vary on how I feel. And a lot of what I do and I detect is based on how I feel that day and the machine that adapts and fits that feeling. And, you know, and you guys who use the same machine or same machine all the time, then you go through these feelings too, but you're adapting mentally. I just adapt with hardware, probably because I'm basically a little bit lazy, and the hardware can do my work for me. Anyway, it's Texas Tiger Digs, and that's what I'm telling you about. I'm telling you about why the Tesoros are making a comeback. The Compadre, the Cibola, and the Outlaw are going to be making a big play in my future. And I've got a series of coils for each one of these, so you're not going to only be seeing the Outlaw with the clean sweep coil. You're going to be seeing it with with the largest Tesoro coil, which I have here. So you're going to be seeing this one. I have a standard size coil I don't have right out here with me right now, and so you're going to be seeing a variety of coils with each and every one of these machines. Unfortunately, they don't make the clean sweep for the Cibola Vaquero Tejon line anymore. At least I can't find it. Anyway, I will talk to you later, and you have a wonderful day, and good luck and happy prospecting.